For the past 8 years, this kung fu master has been wearing shoes that weigh 25 kilos each. If he can crush his enemies while wearing them, just imagine what will happen the day he takes them off. That is the kind of story we have today. At the beginning, we see a kung fu master named Wulin. He belonged to an ancient Chinese clan known for possessing legs as strong as iron. For the first time in his life, he had arrived in a big city. Suddenly, a few goons ran past him and bumped into a child who was eating ice cream. Wulin ran after them to help. In truth, those goons had come to kill a man, but Wulin stopped them simply to get the child's ice cream money back. As soon as they attacked him, Wulin did not step back. Alone, he faced them all, and being a skilled kung fu warrior, he defeated them one by one. In the end, he won, and because of him, a wealthy man named Jaishan was saved as well. That man tried to give Wulin some money, but Wulin refused. He went back to the child and bought him a new ice cream. Suddenly, several cars surrounded him from all sides. Their leader, Zhongli, stepped out and embraced Wulin. He too was a kung fu warrior who now ran a bodyguard company. Wulin and Zhongli had trained under the same master in childhood. They grew up together, but later Zhongli moved to the city. Now, dazzled by wealth and status, he had forgotten the teachings of their master. It was revealed that Zhongli had not left the village by choice. One day during training, he made a mistake, and their master expelled him. Wulin showed him their master's ashes and told him that their master had passed away. Hearing this, Zhongli broke down in tears. The next day, the two went to Zhongli's company. During inspection, Wulin was asked to remove his shoes because they were made of iron. But Zhongli knew the story behind those shoes, so he allowed him inside. Jaishan had come there to hire a bodyguard for his daughter. Zhongli displayed the strength of his men, but Jaishan was interested in Wulin. In the end, Wulin agreed because his master had taught him to sacrifice everything to protect the weak. The next morning, Wulin met Jaishan's spoiled daughter, Fei Fei. She thought he was a thief and dropped her towel in fear. When she learned he was her bodyguard, she tried to bribe him to leave, but Wulin was firm in his principles. She even tried to scare him with a fake gun, but it had no effect. Later, they went to a mall where Wulin followed her everywhere. Fei Fei noticed some thugs harassing a girl. She went up and slapped their leader. The clever girl lied, saying, "Brother, would I slap you for no reason? That brute over there sent me." The goons were about to beat Wulin, but he calmly said he didn't even know this girl. "Who is she?" he asked. The thugs turned on Fei Fei again. Wulin watched their cat and mouse chase with a smile. After enjoying the scene for a while, he stepped in, helped Fei Fei, and drove the goons away. That night, Wulin dreamed of his father throwing him off a mountain. It had actually happened when he was 7 years old. His own father had tried to kill him. He never understood why, except that his father had said, "For success, sacrifices must be made." Then we see a gangster named Mr. Fu, who used to be Jaishan's boss. Now he wanted Jaishan dead because Jaishan had evidence of all his crimes. An astrologer told Fu that his death was near. Furious, Fu shot him. Had he seen his own future first, he wouldn't have dared to speak such nonsense in front of a gangster. The next day, Wulin and Fei Fei went to a restaurant. Fei Fei was eating while Wulin stood nearby, watching everything. Suddenly, he grabbed a waitress because, according to him, she intended to kill Fei Fei. Angry, Fei Fei stormed into the bathroom, but Wulin dragged her out. On the way home, they argued again. Some men misunderstood the situation and thought Wulin was harassing her, so they rushed to save Fei Fei. Taking advantage of the chaos, Fei Fei ran away, but the same waitress kidnapped her. Wulin's suspicion had been correct. He immediately chased the car and leapt onto it from a bridge, though he lost his balance and fell. The second time, he jumped directly in front of the moving car. He bravely fought the masked men and brought Fei Fei home safely. Back home, Fei Fei asked how he knew the waitress intended to kidnap her. Wulin replied that a person can lie with words, but their movements reveal their true intentions. Fei Fei confessed that since childhood, she had always been surrounded by bodyguards. She had never been free to live as she wished. That is why she hated bodyguards, though Wulin felt different from the rest. That night, before sleeping, she looked at her family photo and cried, remembering her mother. Meanwhile, Fu sent one of his men to Zhongli. Fu wanted Zhongli's help to eliminate Jaishan. Zhongli did not feel right about it, but he agreed. When he had first come to the city, it was Mr. Fu who fed him and helped him start his business. He felt indebted. The next day, Zhongli met Wulin and boasted about his influence, claiming he knew all the prominent people in the city and could make anything happen. He told Wulin to stop protecting Fei Fei. Wulin refused. For the first time in their lives, the two brothers stood against each other. Zhongli admitted he was still angry because their master had given the special iron shoes to Wulin, not him. The master always believed Wulin was the true kung fu warrior. Now Zhongli wanted to settle who was superior. They began an intense fight. Neither overpowered the other, as both were equally skilled. But Zhongli had had mastered a special technique. With a single punch, he sent Wuling crashing into a wall. Declaring they were no longer brothers, Zhongli left. Knowing Fei Fei was in danger, Wuling took her to a secret house. For several days, they practiced kung fu together. Wuling revealed that each of his shoes weighed 25 kilos. For 8 years, he had worn them to build unimaginable strength. The day he removed them, no one would match his power. One day, Zhongli's men discovered their location. Zhongli knew his men wouldn't last a second against Wuling, so he gave them heavy shackles to restrain him. At night, they attacked. Wuling and Fei Fei fled into the forest, where he continued fighting. 2 goons seized the chance to kidnap Fei Fei. Wuling chased them, but accidentally stepped into the shackles. Now, along with his heavy shoes, chains bound his legs. Still, he fought fiercely. In the end, they tied his legs and smashed him against a wall. A man dragged him to a field. Before Zhongli's eyes, his brother was taking his last breaths. Yet Zhongli suppressed his sorrow with anger and struck Wuling in the chest. His men buried him. Because of heavy rain, the soil turned to mud. Suddenly, Wuling crawled out. His heart was on the right side of his chest, so Zhongli's punch had not killed him. He returned home and, for the first time in 8 years, removed the iron shoes. Now he had become an extraordinary warrior. Disguised in a suit, he entered Zhongli's office. Hundreds of men attacked him, but with 50 kilos gone from his body, his speed had increased so much that no one could catch him. Using only his legs, he defeated them all. Finally, he entered a room where Mr. Fu, Zhongli, Fei Fei, and Jaishan were present. Fu sneered, "Aren't you afraid of death, kid?" Wuling replied, "For success, sacrifices must be made." Hearing this, Fu was shaken, because he had said the same words before trying to kill his own son. Years ago, Fu and Jaishan worked together. Once, Fu betrayed Jaishan to the police, leading to the death of Jaishan's wife. Since then, Jaishan had sought revenge. Fu loved his son Wuling dearly, but one day, he saw Wuling scare away a wild animal just by staring at it. An astrologer later told Fu that his son would cause his death. That is why he tried to kill him. Though Wuling was just a child then, seeing him alive now made Fu laugh because the prophecy had come true. He fired at Wuling, but Zhongli stepped in. He was tired of being Fu's puppet. He declared he would face Wuling alone to test his new power. They fought fiercely. This time, Zhongli wore special gloves. Slowly, Wuling's true strength emerged. Just as Zhongli was about to lose, Fu shot him. With his last breath, Zhongli told Wuling he must live and take their master's place so that the iron leg kung fu art would not vanish. Now only Wuling and Fu remained. Facing death, Fu tried to negotiate, but it was useless. Wuling was about to finish him when he stopped. His master had taught him never to strike an unarmed man. He would not fall as low as Fu, so he spared him and walked away. In the end, he stood atop a mountain and scattered Zhongli's ashes into the wind, bidding farewell to his brother, his friend. One last time. Do you have a friend you love like a brother? At least one line in the comments feels necessary.